So, everybody, I've talked to many of people, both in my real life and my podcast experience, who have had different variations of how they describe how marijuana makes them feel and act. Now, I think I have like a trio. Like they're stages, right? Stage one is the mean stage. It's where I just like become a shitster. And that's what happens. That's the beginning stage. Then there's the autistic phase, where I talk about Ash Ketchum for 3 hours,
Oh my
as
God.
everybody heard on Pokemon Variety Hour. That was the autistic high. That's level 2. Then there's level 3, which is the high that a lot of people have become unfortunately acquainted with, where I just get really tired and pass out uncontrollably, and am not a normal human being in any way. I'm at stage 1 right now. I'm feeling mean tonight. That's where I'm at. I've got some venom, and I'm ready to make Alex and Kang both upset with me by the end of this podcast.
I mean, I can make you upset as well. So
I'm
You know.
sure you
Oh,
could.
dude. I don't even need to be high to make you upset, Riely.
No, it's not that hard to do.
look, I'm in a fighty mood. If anybody gets on my bad side, I'm tired. I feel like I'm hungover, although I'm sober. I just woke up from a nap, so
This is our episode 78. This is where all the fans are gonna be like, "This is where it went wrong." When we part ways, like it's gonna be like, "This is the one. This is the one where you could tell they weren't friends anymore."
Well, guys, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. This is the finale. Yep, we're gonna fuck
it's
some
the
up.
finale. It's the finale of season 2.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it Opie and Anthony style, where we do the show for 16 more years after we hate each other.
We're gonna no. We're gonna do like Bobby Lee and fucking Andy, whatever the fuck his name is. Can't think of the name of him for the life of me. Or whatever.
Andy and Bobby Lee. What did they do?
They have the Bad Friends podcast. Fucking hilarious.
So they just hate each other, and that's the bit on purpose.
I do not know. I think they're just bad friends.
That's fair. That's fair. Welcome to Detour Head, folks. I'm Riely. Here's Alex,
That's me. Oh, I zoned out.
and here's special guest Kang.
New guest. Brand new to Detour Ahead. New guest.
Totally have been everywhere around the independent podcasting circuit, but I have never been here. So
You've been all around the Riely cinematic universe, but this is your first appearance on Detour Head.
yep. Just the Marvel character no one cares about, then all of a sudden, oh, we care about him because he's a diversity hire.
We have
Are
plenty
you a
of
diversity hire, Kang? What diversity do you bring to the table?
ADHD, slightly batshit crazy, on antidepressants, loves caffeine.
We already have plenty of mentally ill representation, Kang. You're not breaking any new ground here.
Yeah, but I add a special crazy flair to it.
Riely, we do need more diversity on this show.
I've never had a black person on any of my podcasts. Not by choice, not on purpose, but that's just a fact that's real. It just so happens that I have not made any black friends that want to do podcasts with me. I have had one on the YouTube video. My friend Kevin did a Smash Bros video with me and Jason. He's the only one. I haven't talked to Kevin in like years.
So?
I'll hit him up. I'll see.
Might be good to rekindle old friendships, you know?
New Biggest Problem just had their first black guest. 119 episodes in.
We could talk about that later. It depends on how frustrated you get me.
Wait, why? Are you caught up or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, if you get me frustrated, I'll bring it up later.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring it up later. I'll bring it up.
Why do you have to be frustrated to bring it up?
Because I gotta be mean back to you.
Oh, because I haven't updated the list. Fuck the list. You're invested in both. It did its job.
I'm invested in one.
A different
Dude,
one than
y'all-
before? Because it seems like you were invested in both.
I was, and then I got tired of switching, so I'm like 40 episodes ahead in the Dick Show.
Are we
Well,
for real just like planning bits right now?
of course. You don't plan bits, Kang? You never
Nah, I
planned a
figured-
bit before, Kang?
No. I figured we were just going like fucking straight YOLO. What happens, happens.
What happens on Detour Ahead stays on Detour Ahead.
Pretty much.
No, I'm like almost done with the Dick Show. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna go and binge all of this, and then I'm gonna go back to. I don't want to constantly switch. I got lazy.
I figured you would have some attachment to the continuity, but it does. If you're fine with doing it that way, then just do it that way.
It's
kind of
the fastest way I can do it. It felt like I wasn't making any progress in doing both shows at once. Like, I know I'm making progress, obviously, but in my mind, it's like, oh, I've only did 2 episodes here and 2 episodes of this podcast, whereas I could do 5 episodes of a whole other podcast. It feels like I would make more progress because numbers
Well, you
are
should
higher.
be binging Biggest Problem then, because the episodes are shorter.
Yeah, but it'll go faster later.
That's true.
it's kind of like being burnt out watching a shitload of Marvel movies.
Why would you ever do that?
Because they're good movies. I am feeling a little burnt out though, which is
I like the Marvel movie, but I don't watch them much. That's why I like them still, because I don't go
really?
every time. I
I
just
am feeling burnt out on these podcasts though. Not a lot enough to make me stop, but like it's starting. You know how after like your hyperfixation starts to die, you're just like, all right, I'll just keep doing it until I don't want to do this anymore. I'm
Is
in
it
that
over?
stage.
The Dickheads podcast is dead, folks. Dead in the water before it ever happened.
No, it's gonna happen. No, I'm getting burnt out because this is the only thing that has been in my ear since what, June or July, almost 6 months total.
Damn.
Yeah, I created a monster, Kang. I showed Alex the biggest problem of the universe, and she has now listened to hundreds upon hundreds of hours of Dick Masterson's voice over the span of 6 months.
Did you create a monster because nobody wants to see Martian no more because, well, shady and chopped liver?
I don't know what you just said, but yes.
It's an M&M reference. I got you.
Someone gets it.
Yeah, there was a time I binged all of Eminem's like every song he's put out, album by album chronologically.
Holy shit.
I did the same with Taylor Swift as well. Just
Oh my
because I'm like, well,
God.
I know that there's one song that's really good that I haven't heard yet, and I don't know what it is, so I might as well go find it and listen to everything.
I did that with I haven't done that in a long time. I did it with Big Time Rush, like while doing homework in high school.
That's an easy. BTR doesn't have that many albums, so it won't
Yeah, it was
take
just
you
like
that
it was just
long.
like 3 or 4 albums, and I listened to all of them while I was doing like an essay or whatever.
Eminem has like 13 albums. Same with Taylor Swift. So like, I think Taylor Swift is at 10 or 13. I don't know. They have a lot.
Are you a BTR, Alex?
Not a big BTR. I like BTR. I'm glad they're back, but I don't like listen to them religiously.
I haven't heard a lot of their new music yet. I need to make a venture. I heard what I thought was their return song, but it was actually their second return song, and I just didn't hear about the first one. It was
What?
not giving you up was the first one I heard that I thought was the first one.
I'm pretty
I
sure
definitely-
Fall was their return song.
Yeah, Fall was the return, and then Not Giving You Up I think was their second one, but I didn't hear about Fall, so I thought Not Giving You Up was their first returning one, and it was very good.
I really love their acoustic version of Worldwide they did.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Oh, it's so
Mhm.
good. By the way, I just want to say, whenever I bring up Big Time Rush, I have to make a defense because people disrespect, like even people who like the band, I've noticed, because it's become like a white girl trend to like the band, but people will still shit on the show. I'm telling you, bro. Top
The show was
Nickelodeon
great.
Kino. Because it was, people don't even acknowledge the fact one of the most beloved shows on fucking Nickelodeon is Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Same guy made Big Time Rush, and it's just as good. He did it again.
Plus, I mean, we also had great shows like Victorious, iCarly.
Also good shows made by a not good guy. That's the thing about Big Time Rush too. If you're into iCarly, you're into a show made by a fucking pedophile. Big Time Rush, no.
Yeah.
Totally innocent Scott Fellows. Scott Fellows did nothing wrong.
Hold on, remind me, how about Drake and Josh?
That was Dan Schneider. That was made by a pedophile and stars a pedophile, so didn't work out.
God damn it. Is there anything like I like
Allegedly, I feel weird about the Drake Bell case. It doesn't make sense. Why is the charge such a weird niche charge that nobody's heard of?
I do not know.
Because like if you're sexting with a minor, there's like a charge for that. There's an outward charge for that. It's not like sharing harmful materials with a minor. Something I've never heard in my life and is what Drake Bell was charged with. I don't know. Just doesn't add up to me. But it's probably true. Like I'll be real. Like I'm immediately skeptical of all that shit because there's so much false allegations out there. Like a Dream just beat his false allegations. But because Andrew doesn't like him, he's decided that he's still a pedophile.
Yeah.
I'm so mad about that. Me and Andrew, we had an argument because we talked about it on our show. We have a Let's Play show, Big Guy, Little Guy. A couple weeks ago, we talked about Dream because Dream had some allegations come out that he was doing some naughty shit with some 16-year-old girls or whatever. And I was like, I want to see his response video before I draw a conclusion. And Andrew was like, no, what do you mean? He's a pedophile. And I'm like, whatever. No, I'm not. I'm just going to wait for the video before I say anything. And then he released the video, and the video was great, and he's getting overwhelming support because he defeated the allegations pretty soundly. And Andrew's like, he's still a pedophile in my mind because I don't like him. And I'm like, you can't do that. And he's like, yes, I can.
It's like, what can I say? But like, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and they fucking stink.
Then his opinion is just that a guy who isn't a pedophile is a pedophile. I think that's a problem. I don't think you should do that.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, why? Like, here's my thing. If someone is gonna make like a whole fucking video just to fucking slam the fucking allegations into the ground with actual proof too, why are you gonna call him that?
Because you don't like him. That's the thing. People will hear a pedophile allegation for somebody they don't like, and they'll just be like, okay, yeah, that sounds right. And then, or even if they do like, that's a weird, just people hear pedophile allegations and they don't care if there's any evidence, or if the evidence is like obviously stupid. Like it's just like, oh yeah, okay. Any allegations at all, like the Super Mega thing recently, that was fucking egregious. That was fucking awful. That was one of the worst things that I've ever seen happen on the internet, where Super Mega were falsely accused of protecting like a rapist. And it came out, and Super Mega fucking stopped making videos and dissolved and didn't move into the new office they were going to move into. And then it came out that it was all bullshit. And they're still gone anyway.
Yeah. It's like, big one I'm going to use is Danny from Game Grumps.
Yeah, that shit. At least he just like kept going. Like they didn't care. Like he made one statement and Game Grumps just continued. Because I remember when it came out, I immediately knew it was bullshit because it was stupid. Everybody was already like, this is a dumb story. This isn't real. But like people on the internet took it and ran with it. And everybody was commenting on like the most recent Game Grumps. Like, here it is. It's the last Game Grumps, everybody. And it was plausible that was true. Because that is, a lot of people will get allegated of something and just fucking fuck off. But they didn't do that. Dan just made a statement to Wall Street Journal or some shit. He was like, I didn't do it. I didn't groom that girl.
Plus the funny
thing, and then
they
just kept making videos and it was fine.
the funny thing is, the girl that fucking Danny fucked wound up turning 18 the night it happened, too.
Wait, that's not okay. That's not true that happened. What do you mean?
What, the fact that Danny literally fucked
He
someone
didn't fuck
that was
her
like,
on her 18th birthday. That's not real. The story is that he fucked a fan who was like young, but not literally turned 18 that day. And the claim was that he groomed her because they had like one slightly friendly interaction on Facebook when she was 17.
oh.
Like she said like happy birthday on her timeline when she was 17. And that was the only interaction anybody could ever find between them while she was a minor. And then I think they fucked when she was like 22.
That's actually fucked.
And everybody was like, he groomed her, he knew her as a minor. But it was like, no, they just said like a vaguely like she was a fan of him on the internet and he like wished her happy birthday out of kindness. That was the only interaction they had when she was a minor.
See, you want to know what also really amazes me? So, while we're on the topic of YouTubers literally having allegations made against them and like some of them not quitting, you remember Mini Lad?
I do not know about Mini Lad, but I want to hear his story. I want to hear his tale.
Apparently, I think it was in 2016 and it was just now becoming a big deal. Apparently, Mini did some fuck shit in the little DMs. And apparently it had just came out, I think maybe sometime maybe in 2020, 2017, maybe around that time.
Yeah.
And the fucked up thing is, he took a break from YouTube after all that shit happened, uploaded videos on his second channel, and then came back to the main channel, and he is still making videos to this day.
That's awesome. Even if people are guilty, like I think it's complete bullshit that it would ever be like you're not allowed to have a YouTube channel because you committed a crime.
Oh yeah,
Like you didn't commit a crime on YouTube, you committed a crime on real life. That doesn't mean that once you've been appropriately held accountable for that crime, you're just not allowed to be on YouTube anymore. That's stupid.
yeah. I often say you can respect what someone does on camera, but you can't condone what they do off camera.
They're gonna get dislikes and they're gonna get hate, but like that's fine as long as you accept that reality. I think scumbags should be allowed to have YouTube channels. I don't think we should try to get them banned when they're not doing anything wrong on their YouTube channel.
That's like
Alex, thoughts?
Huh?
You've been a little quiet over there.
I told you it's gonna be a rough episode. I mean, like, I haven't heard a whole bunch of like serious allegations, but like, I know you don't like talking about the Dick Show here, but the only thing that like I can think of where someone benefited from false allegations were the rape list for
Dick was the
Masterson.
Dick Show. That literally his entire career is built on stupid false allegations.
1,000 to like almost what? His Patreon grew like 5,000 after that.
Yeah,
and there's still people flooding in. And now I think he's
still
at
can't believe
$22,000 a year.
Oh, I've never gotten to talk to Kang about this because we haven't done the MoCast in so long. Kang, have you seen Maddox's magnum opus?
no. Can I get a rundown?
Maddox made a 3-hour video about Dick Masterson.
Oh no.
And it's all like lying and implying bullshit and trying to make him look like this fucking evil man that he's not.
Pandering and slandering.
Pandering and no, that's what Dick is doing, allegedly, Maddox says. That's
the best thing that he came up with.
That's the best thing. He was like he needed a response to lying and replying. He needed lying and implying. He needed like a counter phrase. And he came up with pandering and slandering.
I bet you it took him 5 years. I bet you it took him 5 years to come up with pandering and slandering.
It probably did take him several years.
Several years to come up with pandering and slandering versus on the spot.
It's not even just on the spot. People believe he's been making and putting this video together and gathering evidence for like since 2016 when original Biggest Problem broke up.
Yeah, so he made this video. He He doxed Sean. He doxed 80s Girl. He doxed I'm not kidding, Kang. This might be the biggest doxing event in internet history. Because what Maddox did was he took a list. He like gathered like literally 5,000 people who have been members of the Dick Show Facebook group and just published their name online
No
as like a list of like hate mob Nazis.
Holy shit!
Yeah, if you go to
best page in the universe, right?
No, not best page in the universe. That's his website. But a lot of people don't know this because everybody listens to Biggest Problem Uncucked now when they try to listen to Biggest Problem. But Maddox does have a Biggest Problem archive feed, which was hosted on the biggestproblemintheuniverse.com. And now, if you go to the biggestproblemintheuniverse.com, the archive is still up to his credit. But above all that is this whole like little blurb about how Dick is a stalker and how all of his fans are Nazis and pedophiles, and here's a list of all of them.
Oh, wow.
And he did this, and then Dick immediately made like $6,000 on Patreon. So good job, Maddox. You did it, buddy.
Good job, buddy.
Dick's Patreon was at like 15,000 something. And then Maddox made this video, and Dick's like, I'm going to make a bonus episode about this video. And then he made like $6,000 overnight.
Oh my god. Can we give Maddox like the biggest dumbass in the universe award?
Maddox might have the record for making the most money for his enemy.
Dick Masterson's at 21,580.
When he was at like 16,000 before.
Christ.
It literally overnight jumped about $4,000.
I commented that on his YouTube. I was hoping he would like yell at me for being a Nazi and a pedophile, but he just deleted the comment. I was sad.
Who?
Maddox.
Oh, well, yeah,
Maddox.
Anything that hurts him.
No. Because he'll do one of two things now. A lot of times he'll delete the comment, but every once in a while he'll comment on it and just call you like a Nazi and a pedophile sympathizer. And I wanted that so bad. I wanted Maddox to call me a Nazi pedophile sympathizer because it would have been so funny. But he just deleted my comment. I'm sad.
Oh, what a pussy. Dude. Imagine making your enemy the most money.
Dude, Maddox is gonna get sued. There's gonna be a lawsuit levied against him for this. It will occur.
I don't know. It's not going to be from Dick Masterson, though.
No, Dick's not going to sue him. No.
Dick can't sue him. You have to show damages, and he's only benefited from the pandering and slandering, the lying and implying that Maddox has done.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
but I think there are people on this docs list
he cannot go and say his reputation was damaged because it's made him one of the biggest Patreons of all time.
I guarantee you, with him making the most money out of this, if any day anyone on that list probably is gonna sue the shit out of Maddox, I guarantee you he could probably cover their fucking legal fees then and there.
He will, I'm sure.
Now,
this is because Maddox literally. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say there could be a civil suit against Maddox for mass doxing multiple people.
Yeah, for doxing 5,000 people.
Oh my god.
I don't think it was 5,000. I think it was 500 names.
No, it was definitely at least 1,000, and I think it was 5,000.
Anyway, I think that the only suit that would happen is if all the dickheads decided to like pool a legal fee and go and sue this guy for doxing them on the internet. I think that's the only way, but it's not worth it because why take everything away from the man who has nothing?
No, I mean, you're probably right. It would be stupid, but like he's really fucking rolling the dice if he doesn't want to get sued.
Yeah, he's rolling the dice, but he's betting with nothing. He's got nothing.
He's betting with mad bucks. It's not worth anything.
He's paying that shit in Cole's cash.
He's sending you his bonus episodes, and that's his recompense.
Essentially broke. Like, he hasn't done anything in years. Like, he's got to have his own job at this point.
There's no way. Or no, he might have a job, but like, I don't know. Is Maddox capable of a normie job at this point? I feel like he might be too far gone.
Oh yeah.
I would even like, if he was normal, I'd be like, maybe he's like working as an editor for some shit stain with like 15,000 subs. Like somebody who's not popular enough for somebody to be like, hey, look, this guy has Maddox editing for him, but popular enough that he's paying him. But Maddox can't edit efficiently, so there's no way that's true.
I mean, perhaps maybe he's probably editing for someone who, I don't know, streams kills or something.
If he's capable of that, which I don't know. Because his own videos he spends fucking 5 years on. So, I don't know if he'd be capable of just like editing videos in a normal time frame.
Well, I mean, if he's able to retort by fucking mass doxing people, I think anything.
That took him years, though.
It even took him years to dox people?
I don't know about the doxing, but it's plain to see based on a lot of evidence within the video that he has been working on it for years.
He has been gathering evidence against Dick Masterson ever since the Rapeless video came out.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's how long the video's actually been worked on is up to debate, but like I know for a fact based on witness accounts from Jesse PS, who was formerly a member of Maddox's network, that he has like a folder on his computer that is just like all the evidence he has about Dick Masterson, and he's had that folder like since the breakup.
Well, yeah, but you have to factor in he's got moles fucking everywhere. We talked about this on the Dickheads. When is that getting released, by the way?
That's been out for a long time, and I sent it to you when it came out.
Oh, I didn't. I don't think you sent it to me.
Or no, I posted it on Twitter and I tagged you in it, and you retweeted it, so you definitely saw it.
Oh, I retweet anything that you post that tags me automatically.
Well, yeah, it came out for a while ago,
dude.
Yeah, if you want to hear more about this Maddox video, folks, me and Alex did a whole podcast about it. That's the Dickheads podcast, episode I think 14, Maddox Blast.
It's a great name for it.
That was a part of the video. Maddox. Part of the video is that Maddox tries to like gaslight everybody into thinking that Dick is like an obsessed fan of his. And one of the things he uses as evidence is like, I guess there was a point where Dick was gonna write a book, and it was gonna be like a Maddox Presents book, where the idea was it was like Maddox didn't have to write the whole book because he's too stupid to write books quickly. He would just his name would be on it, and he would write like a little bit of it, and Dick would write the rest, and it would be Maddox Presents, which is an idea that Maddox's publisher had because it would make them money. And
it Dick wrote a shit ton of money.
And Dick wrote like a splash page about it, like as an example for Maddox. And in it he like praises Maddox really hard because that's what Maddox is into. That's the Maddox brand. Everybody who associates with him has to like treat him as an exalted king. So that's what Dick did in the fucking pitch document. He was like, yeah, Maddox is like the internet god or whatever. And he described like the part of the book that Maddox was going to write as like the Maddox Blast. And Maddox tried to like make fun of that. And he claimed that this was a pitch document he sent like a publisher out of desperation to get his book published. When in reality, this is something he sent to Maddox as an example because Maddox's publisher had the idea and Dick wanted to help him out and have him make money off of this book. But Maddox tried to play it off, and it was just really funny how he said like the exaggerated gay Maddox Blast. So now everybody's saying that all the time because it's a funny meme.
Maddox Blast!
Maddox Blast!
It's great. It's fucking everywhere. I still love in the bonus episode, Dick Masterson says he's like, I really want him saying Maddox 4,000 times as his ringtone, just Maddox, 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 Maddox.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And there was a funny failure. So it's I've made it no secret that I'm a fan of Pod Awful. But I think most of the episodes they make about Dick are just like stupid drama shit that doesn't matter. And I wish he would find different targets because I don't think his episodes about Dick are particularly good. But he always runs like these silly little troll ops, and a lot of time they work. And like on his dumb goons, like they get them really pissed, and it's very funny. But he tried to run an op on Dick where he had all of his fans send this picture of Maddox like with 80s girl bent over in like a spanking position over his knee. And just people send that picture to Dick with the caption Maddox Blast, and it's supposed to be some sort of own. And Dick talked about it on Biggest Problem, and he was like, guys, I knew them at the time. I could have taken this picture.
Never fails to amaze me how low some shell of a man will go.
Well, this was Maddox. This was Jesse, who I don't think is a shell of a man. I think Dick Masterson is just a bad target. He has his whole bit is like he has his goons who he just like he spends his episodes attacking different people, and a lot of the people he attacks are legitimate lolcows, and he makes some very good content. But I just think Dick Masterson is barking up the wrong tree. But he's one of his primary goons because he doesn't like him. But this particular operation didn't go well because Dick doesn't care because he knew that they were dating. That's not a new piece of information. It does not offend him to see a picture of them in a sexual position. He knows that happened.
It's like, for fuck's sakes, you got him caught in a catch-22, basically.
All right, enough. Maybe I was more autistic high than mean high. Enough about the Dick Show. let's try to move on. Alex.
Yes.
What you been doing? I hear you had a pretty eventful week.
I hinted about this last week. Or, oh no, that was... Okay. Wait, no, did I hint that? Whatever. Oh, I forgot we skipped last week.
Yeah, no, last week didn't happen. We definitely didn't record an episode that was so bad that we scrapped it. We just didn't record one.
No, that never happens with Detour Ahead.
No.
Anyway, in the episode that we didn't scrap, I hinted
the episode that wasn't real.
Yeah, the episode that was hypothetically, had we done an episode last week, it would have been the day before.
It's the O.J. Simpson, like, I didn't do it, but if I did it.
I'm going to write a book. Had I recorded this video, had I recorded this podcast episode, this is how I would have done it. Anyway, I went ghost hunting.
Ooh.
Dude, ghost hunting? I don't fuck with ghosts. Did I tell you the story, the shower story?
I think you might have told it on that hypothetical episode that didn't happen, but Kang hasn't heard it and I don't remember it very well, so go ahead and tell it.
I don't know if it was on a more recent episode, on a older episode. I know I've definitely told it before because it's as of then, it was the only ghost experience I've ever had. So I'll make this one very quick because I do have a lot to go over with the ghost hunting experience. So, first ever ghost experience was in an old house that I rented with a few older friends. We had reports of just doors opening, doors closing, whatever. We had a whole bunch of cats in the house at different times throughout the couple years we were there. All the cats would go in the back room in the basement and just meow in the corner. So that was like, okay. No. I don't like that. I trust animals. Animals can see ghosts. My dog, he's a boxer. He's tough and he's strong. He'll whimper. He was staying over for like a weekend. He whimpered when I went downstairs by myself, and he wouldn't go down there. So that was like, yeah, okay, this place is pretty much haunted. So I come home one day later after that, and nobody's home. Nothing. Nobody's doing anything. I don't know where everybody is, but nobody's home. I sweep the house, just trying to find someone to talk to or something, and realize nobody's home, no cars, no nothing. So I decide, you know what? I got the whole house to myself. I'm gonna go take a shower in peace because there was only one shower in the house, split between 5 of us. So I hop in the shower. I'm about to hop in the shower, and I hear footsteps outside, and someone knocked on the door, and I was like, "What?" No response. So I'm like, "All right, fuck off." So I hop in the shower. I'm doing whatever, and the shower wall connects to my bedroom in the house. Now I know nobody's home, as far as I'm concerned, and I all of a sudden I hear pounding on the wall from my bedroom in while I'm in the shower. I gather all my shit, I turn the shower off, and I get out, and I am terrified, and I start sweeping the house. I go to my room first, nobody there. I go to everybody's room, I go to every room in the house. I go outside, check for cars, nobody's home. So I'm pretty sure that was a ghost fucking with me.
Oh hell no!
Oh, it gets much worse when I tell you the ghost hunting experience.
Ooh.
Riely needs to unmute his mic so I can get a good judge on how long you guys want to talk about this.
O'Reilly.
That's fine. He'll come back. Anyway, so I decided to go ghost hunting. It was a last minute decision. It only cost me like $30. We stayed there from like 5 p.m. to like I think we left around like 1:30ish. But we had the place all to ourselves. There were 12 of us in our friend group that went. We went to the Madison Seminary, which back in the day was mainly used for just like teaching kids. It was kind of like a higher form of higher education for children past grade 6. So they had like dorms for kids. This was back in the 1800s. Yeah, like Civil War era.
Wow.
So, oh yeah, this building's been standing for like almost over 200 years.
Holy shit.
So, now, do you want to hear some of the ghosts that are hanging around here? Before I get into my experience? So, well, first off, I wrote basically a 2-page paper when I got home at 3 in the morning and just typed this all out on my fucking phone. So, these are my incessant ramblings at 3 in the morning after ghost hunting. So, when we got there, there was like a little tour guide dude, basically just like 20s, maybe 30s, and while we were there like hunting ghosts, he would just hang out in one of the buildings in the back, like with cameras and shit like that. I don't even know if the cameras were in there. I don't know what he was doing, but he was hanging out. He didn't stay with us the entire time. He just went and took us for a tour. So we went around to different places in the building, and he told us history stories and like gave us accounts of what people have encountered throughout this building being open for ghost hunting and stuff like that. So we first went down to the basement. And the first room he took us to was all the way in the back. There is a hole in the ground. Not like a very big hole, maybe 2 feet deep. And he said that there were rumors that there was a woman buried there.
Oh,
there's a lot of talking.
Hell no.
So, like, I don't know how long ago. Anyway, so they brought police in and like cadaver dogs to try and like sniff out where she was because they heard rumors that she was buried here. So the cadaver dogs key in on a specific point. They bring in the ground detector things, and it said that there was a figure 2 feet underground. So they dug 2 feet and nothing. And once they hit that 2-foot mark, the cadaver dogs went over to another spot in the room and ignored that hole that they had just made. So they go over there, and the body's now over there for some reason. Or figure, or whatever they saw, but something popped up on the radar. So they dig that hole, and once they get 2 feet down, it's not detecting anything, and the cadaver dogs run right back upstairs and refuse to go back down again. So, the story behind this is that if you stay down there long enough with a small group, there's a street light outside of the window that provides just a little bit of light. If you stay in there long enough, the windows will completely black out, as if all lights went out. You can't see anything, not even a hand in front of your face. And you will hear a woman talking, but it sounds like anytime she starts talking, she gets silence, and the theory is that she was murdered by a bunch of men, because whenever she stops talking, there are faint voices of a man or multiple men trying to silence her because they don't want people to know who she is or anything like that, which is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, fuck that. That actually is terrifying as shit.
So the next one, we went up a floor to, I believe, the first floor, where there is we were told the story of Sarah. Sarah's room appears to be like a little girl's room filled with dolls and such. When the current owner of the seminary bought the place, he came across he was walking through the rooms, or the building, the hallways, whatever, just trying to figure out what was here. And he found a room labeled Sarah's room. Well, he went through historical records of the residents and everything. People who have been there, people who have stayed there, people who have kids there, whatever. And he found nobody named Sarah. Now, when we went ghost hunting, we decided to start in Sarah's room. So my friends Tyler and Vanessa have been doing this for a few years. They know what they're doing, so I'm like, I trust you guys. I'm walking into this you know what? Fuck ghosts. Ghosts are pussies. They're not going to do anything. And I'm all high and mighty, ghosts aren't a fucking thing, when I know they are. So we have light up cat toys that little balls that light up when you move them. So we placed one on the bed. The dresser. Okay, yeah. We brought light up cat toys that respond to motion. They're little balls with lights in them. We put one on the bed, vanity, dresser, and chair. And then we just started asking questions, if there's anybody there, could you light up one of the toys for us? And we tried a few times. No, we were getting nothing. So I'm at this point, I'm yeah, this shit, okay, this shit is totally fake, right?
Right.
Because nothing's happening. So I'm you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna ask my own question, because nobody asked this question yet. I go, what's your favorite spot in the room? And the cat toy on the bed lights up, and there's just enough light. It's not pitch black, so people can see in the room. Nobody was by the bed. The ball didn't move. It just randomly started going off, and I'm ooh. Fuck. So I'm at this point, I'm you know what? Okay, I'm good. Thank you. I'm ready to fucking leave at this point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get the skippity John Jones.
Yeah, I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna head out. See you later.
This is enough evidence for me to no longer be here anymore. So after that, we started asking a couple questions, asking if it was Sarah or the girl Riely across the hall, who sometimes impersonates Sarah. And we're getting nothing for the next couple minutes. And then now it's not drafty in this house. There's no it's a little drafty, but not enough. When we walked in and were asking questions, there were wind chimes on the door. Those weren't going off while we were asking these questions. And then randomly, they start going off. And we're what the fuck? No. So we're hey, if that's you, light up the toy that's by the wind chimes on the vanity. Nothing. And the wind chimes immediately just come to a complete stop after we ask that question. And I'm just can you not fuck with me? I don't like this. Please leave me the fuck alone. I'm here. So we ask a couple more
I just work here,
questions.
man. Come on.
So we ask a couple more questions, right? Nothing. No unusual activity is happening or whatever. And then I believe it was Tyler asks, if you want us to leave, light up the ball on the bed. And right as he finished saying it, the ball on the bed lit up, and we were like, okay, so we gathered our shit and we fucking left the room.
Yeah, I might get the fuck out of here now.
And now I think like there were a few other things that we had happen to like the other groups, but I wasn't there. I think the craziest thing was just the atmosphere of the building. So this is in Ohio, right on the lake. So outside was a really nice 50 degrees. Now you're thinking 50 degrees is cold. It's been 30 for the past couple weeks. So like when it hit 50 outside at night, we were like, shit, this is nice. This is really nice weather. You walk into the building and the temperature drops to about 30. You can see your breath in the building, but not outside of the building.
Ooh. Yikes.
And there's no like, it's not like the tour guide was like, I'm gonna crank this AC, I'm gonna fuck with these people. There's no ventilation or anything in this old ass building. No vents, no HVAC, no nothing. So it's not like you can like artificially drop the temperature. This was a natural drop in temperature inside of the building. Like if we wanted to warm up, if you want to warm up, you go inside during the wintertime. For the ghost hunting, if you wanted to warm up, you went outside.
Dude, that's fucking nuts.
So
Nothing
let's see.
I would even say.
So the only thing, we split into 2 groups of 6 to do this. While we were fucking around in Sarah's room and getting a whole bunch of spooky shit happening, the other group went down to the basement. Now, where is it? Okay, so when we were down in the basement, the tour guide said that there are also reports of a 6 or 7 foot tall man, like shadow figure, that will mess with women. It'll feel like your hair is being pulled, someone's touching your butt, or if you're in a skirt or dress, the back will slightly lift up. But the counterpart to that is this entity absolutely despises men, and he is very violent toward them. He will prevent you from going inside rooms by
this
shutting
entity was a
doors.
girl named Sarah.
Huh?
I thought this entity was a girl named Sarah.
No, I'm talking about another entity in the basement.
Oh, okay. There's more ghosts. Got you.
Oh, there's like several ghosts hanging around here. This is a whole different one. There's no name. It's just a 6 or 7 foot shadow man down in the basement.
Like, why is little Sarah trying to scope some ass over here? Fucking lifted skirts and shit.
But this entity, the shadow man, he hates men, and especially bigger men. Like if you're big or stocky or whatever, he hates you. So he will shut doors in their face to prevent them from going in certain rooms. And there's even evidence and a whole account of someone getting absolutely decked and getting shoved into a wall. And there's like a big hole in the wall from someone basically getting pushed into it.
Well, here's why he hates men. Because from what you're describing, this ghost is a little bit of a pervert. And you know that if a man and a woman go ghost hunting together, that man is trying to fuck that woman. So the ghost, you're fucking with his game. That's why he's so pissed.
So they did. So the other group said that they did encounter this ghost, and they tried to capture it in like a picture, but he didn't show up. So that's all we got out of them, but nobody had any like doors slamming in their face or anything like that.
So
And then,
what I'm
go
So-
ahead.
so what I'm getting is this ghost is a beta male cuck.
Basically, yeah.
Yes.
Another thing was there was a room with it's like the surgeon's room. It was upstairs in the asylum. They had like a attic area or like a third floor, I guess, and it was the asylum for the mentally ill patients or people living there or whatever. So we took the cat toys up there. We put it on his ball. We put the ball on his chair. The cabinet that had some old medical supplies and one of the side tables, and we started asking questions like, "Is the surgeon here with us now? If anyone is here, please light up one of the balls for us. Can we talk to the surgeon? Nothing, right?" And we all paused, thinking there's nothing in here. We tried a few other rooms prior to this and had no activity, so we're kind of like, I guess the correct word you could look for is like disheartened, because after Sarah was the first room we went to, and then we had nothing for like an hour or two. So we're kind of disheartened. We're getting like kind of ready to leave, and someone goes and says, "I'm gonna sit on the chair." And they start walking over to the chair. They're about a foot away, and the ball lights up on the chair. And we're like, "Ooh, fuck that! Don't you dare sit in that fucking chair."
Should have sat in the chair anyway, pussies.
I wanted to. I was too much of a pussy to sit in the chair.
You bastard.
I didn't want to get trapped for eternity in a spooky doctor chair.
In internal damnation.
So that happens, and everybody's like kind of shocked because it's the second time that this has happened in the place, and it's a completely different area. So we're like, okay, this is freaky, this is crazy. And then Tyler starts rubbing his shoulder, his like right shoulder, and I'm like, what'd you do? I'm like, what'd you do? And he's like, it feels like someone is grabbing my shoulder. And he's like, and I'm like, well, I mean, you're grabbing your shoulder. I'm fucking with him, right? I'm like, well, you're grabbing your shoulder, and he goes, no. It feels like someone is gripping onto my shoulder, and I'm like, that's kind of creepy. So Tyler then asks, is somebody grabbing my shoulder? And the ball on the chair lights up again. And we're like,
yeah, bro, I'm grabbing your shoulder. What are you fucking gonna do about it?
Fuck no. We're like, fuck this. No, we're not. I'm not messing with this. So, and like, I left after that. I was like, you know what? I can't handle this. This is too much spooky shit. I'm out. So I head back to like our safe point, like lobby or whatever. And I just sit there and I eat some food, and I'm like, I gotta cool down. This is too much spooky shit for me. So, I guess the last thing. Alright. So, Tyler also had one of the rooms.
Alex said what every white person who's ever moved away from Atlanta, Georgia said. I need to de-spook myself a little bit.
Fuck off. So there's another room in this place. We asked the tour guide because Tyler said he was there. Like they've been there before. And he said the last time he went in there, it made him very hot, like, and uncomfortable and very dizzy. And he's like, is there any like stories or anything that has to do with this room? And the tour guide's like, we haven't had anybody have anything to do with this room at all, which is out of the ordinary. So Tyler was fucking around in there. You guys know what EMF is? Have you heard of that?
Electromagnetic frequencies.
Yeah, it's like if it tells you if there's a ghost around, you know?
I knew that. I just wanted to make sure that Kang knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure everybody knows about ghost hunting stuff. So It's on a scale of 1 to 5. On like 1 to 5. 1 means little, 5 means a lot. Tyler got 3 out of 5 in that room earlier that night. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go see what this room is about. I haven't been in there since the tour. Nothing. I didn't feel anything. So I walked in there, and one of the other people that was with us was taking pictures, and I'm hanging out there for a minute. And just as she leaves the room, like just as she passes through the doorway, it felt like there was a cold spot that like when you get a chill, like your whole body shakes, but it feels like it goes top to like from your head to your feet, right?
Right.
This cold spot felt like it went front, like back to front. Like a ghost passed through me, kind of. And I felt super dizzy. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Fuck you, ghosts. And I leave the room. One of my friends is like, hey, you good? I'm like, the ghosts are trying to fucking get me, man. I'm out of here. And I went back out the fucking lobby. I was so freaked out. I'm like, look, I can't do this anymore. And I just hung out there, and I was like, I can't
man,
do
the
this.
ghosts are coming, man. I gotta get out of
Fuck,
here.
man. I'm running the other way, man.
But like, I want to go again because maybe it's the suicidal thoughts where they're just like, go fuck with the ghosts. Go get them.
I'd say more or less those are like intrusive thoughts.
It's one of the two. I also have a death wish, so we'll see which one happens first. But I wanted to fuck with the ghosts, and then real shit started happening, and I became a pussy immediately and was like, I don't like this. I don't like ghosts. Ghosts. This is very scary, very spooky. All in all, it was a great experience, and I had a lot of fun kind of fucking around. Now, I don't know if this is true, but there's only one working bathroom, and it's slightly down the hall from the lobby, which is very stupid. I'm not going in that building to piss. I did not go to the bathroom at all while we were there, because I'm terrified of doing that. I'm not pulling my pants down for no ghosts, alright? But when we were doing the tour guide was like, these are the only bathrooms. It's like 10 feet away from the lobby, but you have to go inside the building for it. There's no bathrooms in the lobby.
What up, ghost? That's how you assert dominance. Like, check it out, ghost. Here's my penis. How do you feel about that, you fucking specter? Get out of here.
I'm also in skinny jeans and like a super cute top, so I don't think that the ghosts are too happy with the trans girl walking around in their building. So
I mean, they're just so, they don't even understand the concept. It scares them. You could scare them off. They're like, but wait a minute, that's a girl. What's going on here? And they're gonna leave because they're freaked out.
They look at me and then they scream witch and kill me.
Wait a minute, this woman looking a little bit breedable here.
They see a cute little girl and they're like, oh my god. And then you whip out your schlong and they're like, what is this?
Anyway,
what is this sorcery?
Tour guide told us, he's like, when you guys go to the bathroom, before you go, just tell there have been like ghost activity by the bathrooms. And I'm like, bro, one of our other friends just immediately goes, well, then get new fucking bathrooms, man.
yeah.
So this ghost is called, they call this ghost Grandpa. The stall doors will open. You just tell Grandpa to fuck off, and the door will immediately close again.
Get out of here, Grandpa! I'm taking a piss. Oh, okay.
But like, so one of our other friends was like, "Look, I gotta piss. I can't hold it any longer. I gotta go. I gotta fight." He's like, I'm gonna be fighting my own demons here in a second. So he goes and he comes back and he looks like, for lack of a better phrase, white as a ghost. And we're like, what the fuck happened to you? Did you fall in? And he goes, I think I walked into the wrong room because there were footprints on the ground when I went to go piss, and I just left. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I never went in there.
Yeah, no thank you.
Like he saw when he walked in, he said he saw 2 black like footprints, and we're like, you're just seeing shit. And we walked in, like we went there with him, nothing on the ground. Like he said he saw like shadow footprints on the ground, and that's why he left. We went in there was nothing. So like this place is very haunted, and I would love to go back again.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Ghosts are real. Don't fuck with ghosts.
My thing about ghosts is like every like logical receptor in my brain is like, hey, you fucking idiot. Of course there are no ghosts. What are you fucking talking about? There's no logical basis upon which you can justify ghosts. But then things happen, man. My most recent ghost experience that I can't think of the logical explanation of is I was at work. And I was working a program that didn't have a lot of people on it. And a lot of them are old, so the night shift was like almost non-existent. They had overtime like all the time, so like if you wanted extra hours, you could pick up night shift. And I did. And it got to the point where everybody was gone except for me and my supervisor, who I will call Kate. So me and Kate are sitting there, and we start to hear like clicking noise, like a mouse clicking noise, but neither of us are doing anything with our mouse. And we're like, "What the fuck is that noise?" And we're calling out for like the last girl that had just left, like, "Are you still there?" And she was not still there. And we're just sitting there, and we keep hearing this fucking mouse clicking noise, and there's none of us were touching our mouse. And then Kate left, and I was left alone with the fucking ghost for 3 hours. Which maybe ghosts aren't real, because I'm here to tell the tale. But it was pretty fucking creepy.
But like that's the other thing. Like the brain can't come up with a logical, like scientific explanation. Like the cat toys in Sarah's room. They're not super sensitive. Like if you grab it and you violently shake it, sometimes it won't go off. But at the same time, it was on the bed and nobody touched it, and it randomly went off a couple times. There's also I can't wrap my head around the fact that it was literally below freezing temperatures in this house, and yet you go outside and it feels like a nice autumn day at like 50-55.
I feel like this place has to be a bit.
I don't think so.
Why are there like 9 different ghosts and like the
Because it's been
temperatures?
around since Civil War era.
Yeah, but like
I didn't even read all the stories of all the ghosts that were in there.
does it really not read to you like it might be some sort of grift?
No, not at all.
Like you don't think maybe they have like remote controls on those bulbs, and like they have a secret AC unit that runs super cold, and like you don't think that's possible?
The balls were brought from home, not given to us by the place.
Oh shit.
Oh, did I just blow your mind there?
Yes.
Yeah, Tyler and Vanessa have cat toys that light up for their cats, and they figured this would be cool to bring to ghost hunting, and then brought them in the moment.
Oh, I thought these were Sarah's bulbs.
No, these were literally just picked up off the ground at their apartment and was like, oh, these could be cool. They're like motion cameras, but like we don't have motion cameras, so we just grabbed cat toys that light up when you move them. And like, yeah, you could have a secret AC unit, but wouldn't you hear it in a dead silent house at 12 in the morning?
Maybe.
You'd hear
Maybe,
it.
but I would say probably depends on the type of AC, I guess.
But I also know what AC units look like, and there's no AC unit all around the house. So unless they put it in the basement, but you need those to pull air from outside. So it's not like you can put it in the basement, though. And plus, a lot of the windows were broken, so you'd have warm air spilling into the house, too. And I'm pretty sure AC units can't make it so cold in a house to where you can actively see your breath at night. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
it was freezing. I had 2 hoodies and a long sleeve shirt. Like, it was literally like 30 degrees in that house.
Maybe the demons are coming.
I want to go back.
Kang, what's your read on ghosts?
Don't fuck with them, and they won't fuck with you.
Okay, so you do think they're real, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there was one time that, for the life of me, I could not explain. It happened to me one night when I was in our bathroom. And mind you, I was probably both still out of it and really had to piss.
Not a good combo.
Yeah, so I go in, I'm in the process of fucking pissing. All of a sudden, I hear talking outside our window. I was like, the fuck? There shouldn't usually be people, like, talking outside at, like, fucking, like, 2, maybe 3 in the fucking morning. But the bizarre thing to me is, I would know there was someone outside our window because our motion lights would have gone off.
Ooh, spooky.
For the life of me, I could not explain it. Creep me the hell out. So yeah, ghosts. I give them a 0 out of 10 on Yelp.
Bad review for ghosts.
Well, like, you were talking about, how do you explain the knocking on the door, the footsteps, and the pounding on the shower wall from my bedroom in the old house that I used to live at? How do you explain that?
Faulty pipes.
The pipes are not running on that side of the wall.
You're
Shower runs long ways. The
schizophrenic.
pipes are in front of me. It was to the left of me on the actual shower wall.
Schizophrenia.
Fuck off. I don't have a history of mental illness. Thank you.
Everybody's a little bit mentally ill. You can't be a part of the Riely cinematic universe and not be mentally ill.
I refuse to be mentally ill. That's how that
Alex,
works, right?
I need a new co-host. Mentally ill only.
I refuse to give in.
Look, we just need to create a dating site for the mentally insane.
But it's actually just a grift for me to find podcast co-hosts.
There you go.
Yeah, I give Ghosts 10 spookies out of 10.
I give it 10 unexplainables out of 10.
Alex,
Yeah.
riddle me this, okay? Where can they find you on the internet?
What do you mean? Are we done?
Yeah, we're over an hour. Did you have more?
I mean, double check.
What, you don't believe me?
We're only at 54 minutes, homie.
That's Geark. Look at Craig. Geark is behind.
I mean, I guess we could be done.
I mean,
there was another thing that I was too much of a pussy to go into at this place.
Okay, hit us with it.
What's up?
I guess I glossed over this. So, up, I think, just down the hallway of the asylum that they had, there were a few, like, children's bedrooms, kind of. And the tour guide told us that... Sorry, I'm trying to read and speak, and that's very hard. The tour guide said that a lot of the ghosts tend to be shy, and you should knock on the door to be respectful. Like, you knock on the door, you say, "Can I come in?" And if it's a no, the door will just close. And you're like, okay. And then there have been reports that if you enter the room without asking, there have been reports that you might get pushed you might get pushed out of the way and the door will slam in your face. One of these rooms is commonly referred to as the emotion room. Emotion. The story behind this is that back in the 1800s, a mother lost her child, and like they don't know how her child died, but it was very rough and like grueling for her, and the mother decided to live the rest of her life locked in the child's bedroom in sorrow and just died alone. So when some say that when you walk into this room, any negative emotions will be greatly amplified. If you're sad about something, you're gonna within a few minutes you're gonna break down into tears, like a complete mental breakdown. If you're angry about something, you will burst out into a fit of rage. And they said you should always go in with someone who really knows you, to where if you start not acting like yourself, they have to pull you out immediately. I was terrified and did not want to go in that room, and I never did.
Pussy.
Oh, I'm a massive pussy when it comes to ghosts, because we ventured up there after the events of the Sarah room, and I was like, no. I'm already not in a good frame of mind. I feel like this is like the equivalent of taking mushrooms, and I'm good. I'm not gonna do this.
I'm good, buddy. I'm good.
I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to go in there. And everybody's calling me a pussy. I'm like, look, man, if I go in there, that door shuts. There was another thing that I felt like I was getting a one-up on the ghosts, where anytime I want to kind of go into a room and kind of explore, I was like, hey, you, and I'd point to one of my friends. I'd be like, hey, you, stand in the doorway so this door doesn't shut on me, please. Because that's fucking terrifying, and I do not want to get locked into a room.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that would be freaky.
I even said, I'm like, I swear to God, if any of these doors shut in my face, I'm just gonna start crying. I'll just start crying. I don't care. I'll fucking do it. I'll cry. I don't care. It's not my fault. These ghosts are trying to get me.
It's the funniest concept to just think about somebody threatening to cry, but like as if they're like threatening to beat you up, like menacingly.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
if you fuck with me, I'm gonna fucking cry. I'm gonna bawl all over the place. I'm gonna scream and cry. Tears are gonna stream out of my eyes. I'm gonna fucking cry everywhere.
I'll fucking do it. I'll cry. I don't care.
You think
I'll
I won't?
cry. Maybe
I'll fucking
piss
cry right
and
now.
shit.
The
ghosts are terrifying, man. Ah!
So, have you ever seen an empty basement or like an empty warehouse?
Yeah.
It makes you feel uneasy. You're like, there's supposed to be something here, right?
Sure.
So there's a room down in the basement. It's called they call it the drunk tank. So like back in the day, if you got too drunk and you were causing problems, they throw you in here and they just shut the door on you. Now, if you look in this room, there's no light bulb, no lights, no nothing. Just a single, like, it's literally just like a concrete room with a bench attached, like a concrete bench attached to the wall. And it just, you look into this room and you go, if I step foot in this room, I'm going to die. I'm going to die in that room. That door's going to shut. I don't like that room at all. And it gave me, there were a lot of rooms where I was just like, I really do not like this room. Like a lot of
room, not feeling the vibe, to be real.
Yeah, like I'm not going to go into a concrete cell. Like it looked like a prison. But the door was like 2 or 3 inches thick oak wood. And I was like, dude, no. I'm good. I don't like that. It's making me very uneasy. I don't like that at all. I would prefer to stay out of that room. Thank you very much. But like all in all, it was just like a very spooky experience, but it was a lot of fun. I would not go there alone. So I do want to go again. There's a place down in, I believe, Mansfield, and it's one of the It's one of the most haunted places in Ohio. It's Mansfield Prison.
Ooh.
So I think that's what the group wants to go do next is Mansfield Prison. And I'm like, yes, please. I want to do this again because I love like paranormal shit. It's terrifying, but at the same time, there's a certain like it intrigues me to a point where you just want to know more. You wanna like I didn't even want to like start taking pictures and try and find evidence. You want to go there and it's like an experience. Like something for me to be able to come on here and like talk about. Like it's something interesting. Like not many people can say, "Yeah, I went and hunted for ghosts." So, I just think that's cool. I just think it's neat.
I just think they're neat. Well, Alex, if some ghosts wanted to haunt you on the internet, where could they go to do that?
I got a YouTube channel. If you're not already listening, it's called Colochu. And then I have a Twitter that I never use because I'm not funny. So it's Colochu54.
You have a what? You fucking bigot?
That bit's done. Fuck you. I have a Twitter. I'm not gonna say I have an X. It sounds bad.
Dead naming shit.
I dead name all the time. I'm allowed.
You're the scum of the earth.
I'm kidding, by the way. I don't dead name. I don't dead name.
I love dead naming.
You can find me on most social media platforms as Colochu or Colochu54. If you look up Colochu and it looks like someone hasn't been active since 2011 and they're talking Spanish, it's probably not me.
Wait, I thought that was you. I thought that was your second channel.
No hablo español, homie. Essay.
Of course. Kang, our wonderful special guest, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Oh yeah, you can find me at Twitter now officially at GripperRipper43.
And that's GRIPRIPP3R43, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You gotta find a way to like slip that in. I'm trying to think of how you would do it like snappily.
Giggity.
Nah, I'm drawing blanks right now. We'll have to workshop it. You can find me linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. You can find links to all my shit, YouTube channels, Twitter account, fucking Twitch, fucking all the crazy shit that I do. This particular shout out to Riely Radio Live. It is a live show that I try to do at least once a week on my YouTube channel. Just a casual little live stream podcast where we try to get some people in the call and hang out for a while. And then I run it through some basic editing bots to cut out silence noise and shit. And I release an archived version on the Riely Podcast mega feed. So you can check it out either live, hang out with us in the chat, or listen to the little bit of a cleaned up version on the Riely Podcast mega feed. And that's the end of the podcast. It's over.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want to wait? So in our group chat, current ghost update.
Okay.
We might have to cut this out. Someone might be bullshitting, but someone just posted in the chat because this was a week ago, and someone just posted in our group chat. I might have brought something home from the seminary just as I'm talking about this.
No shit.
Cliffhanger! Join us next week on Detour Ahead. What did they find? Wow.
Okay, now I kind of want to stay on for this.
Hold on. We're gonna get an update.
Wow, no desire to make people tune in next week. Just gonna give it to them right now.
Yeah, right.
By next week.
Keep in mind, we here at Detour Ahead do not support or condone grave robbery.
We do, however, find it hilarious.
No, I think, however, we do find it based in red pilled.
Well, grave robbery is one thing, but if you go to a grave with some plush toys and you take a picture in front of it, that's fine.
Look, if you also
I'll
use
my mic real quick. I was sent a video. Hold on. I'll explain the video in a minute.
Look, if you also use a fleshlight when at a cemeterium, and you create the cementarium, now that's pretty based.
God, what a stall!
Right.
If you make that,
I got the update. So, my friend works at a store that sells. She works at a GameStop. All right.
Yeah.
She sent a video. The whole store is empty and it's silent, and then there are these Koopa shells that make noise, and nobody's over there.
Ooh, it's the ghost of Mario.
There's a button that you have to press to make it make that like little Koopa shell noise. It's randomly going off currently in the store, and she thinks that she brought something home from, because when we were on the way to the seminary, she's like, I forgot to bring like protective chalk or something like that, and I'm like, oh, what's that for? Is it important? And she's like, well, you use it to not bring ghosts home with you. And I'm like, well, should I turn back? And she goes, I think we'll be fine. And we went to the seminary without it. So now that's kind of like, ooh, spooky.
Ooh, it's me, a ghost Mario.
My friend dies from ghosts.
we're creating Death Note IRL.
All right, gamers. We'll see you next week. No buys, no Alviderzanes, nothing.
I figured you were going to do what I do and be like, all right, everybody, I'll see you next time. And then just end.
No, that's what you do on your videos because you're an asshole. On my podcast, I give everybody the opportunity to give a little bye.
Our podcast.
Yes, I know, Alex.
On our podcast,
It is both. We can both say mine. We both own it. I would not question you if you said my podcast. You don't question me when I say my podcast. It's that for
Get
both
the out of here. We're done with this shit.
Okay, bye.
Ta-ta,
I was waiting for Kang to say
Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. There you go. He did it, finally.
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta put on the German accent.
Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
There we go. Now we can end the podcast.